welcome to the Jessica Ruth Knits podcast. I am your host, Jessica, and I am so glad you are here with me today. For all of my returning viewers, I am so glad you came back. Thank you. I really appreciate you watching the videos and spending some time here with me. For any new viewers, I am so glad you found us. Welcome. I hope you find something that you like here. And if you don't, then there's so many knitting podcasts, so you are more than welcome to just not come back. Oh, I was about to stop the video because that sounded really harsh. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant if this isn't the podcast for you, I'm not offended. So, that said, thank you, welcome all. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today is May 18th, 2020. I'm coming to you from sunny California. Well, it's sunny right now. It's been raining the past couple days, but we will take whatever sunshine we can get. So we are in the middle of our shelter-in-place, lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. We're in the middle of staying home and not doing anything, which you would think would mean a lot of knitting time, but that's not really the case around here. So my husband is an essential worker, so he's still going to work. He works for the sheriff's department, so he works 12-hour days. So on the days when he works, we don't really see him. And I'm at home with two little kids. So this whole not going anywhere, sheltering in place, it hasn't really changed life for us that much, thankfully. I am so thankful and appreciative that my husband still has his job and is still actively going to work. I know that's not the case for so many people. So I don't want to dismiss that at all. But, I mean, otherwise, like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so we don't really go out that much anyways. So yeah, our lives haven't changed that much. The big thing that is different is we can't go visit, excuse me, we can't go visit my family, which sucks. And we can't take the kids to the parks. So those are really the only things that I'm missing, is being able to spend time with friends and family and getting out and going to the parks. We've been taking lots of walks, but it's kind of like we're just on a walk for the sake of walking. We're not really walking to the park or home from the park or to somewhere anymore. So, yeah. Not a lot of knitting. So this is going to be a quick episode, but I wanted to pop on because it's been a week since I recorded, and I do have a new fun project that I'm working on. So let me show you what I showed you last time, and then I will show you the new one. So I am knitting the Susurrus. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's S-U-R-R-U-S, maybe. It's by Hoagie Locatelli, and it's found in the Pom Pom Quarterly magazine. I showed it last week, I believe last week I'd started it. I am loving it. When I cast on, it was just flying off the needles, and then I split for the sleeves, and now I'm just kind of bored with it, I guess. And I guess because I started my new project and I'm super excited about that one, so this one is kind of just like, nah. But I still love it. It's just I'm not as excited. So this is my sweater. I'm not sure if last week I had put the ribbing on for the sleeves or not, but it's going to be short sleeve. The pattern is long sleeve, but where we are in California, and since I am a bigger girl, I'm always hot, and so I just thought it would get more use if it was short sleeves. So it has, both the sleeves are on, and I just knit, there's maybe like an inch under the underarm before I did the ribbing. And then I stopped there. So where was I last week? Oh yeah, okay, so here's my marker from last week. So really all I did in the week was the 15 rows of mohair, and then I started on this lace repeat. So yeah, I'm alternating. This is one skein and this is a different skein. Two totally different dyers, two totally different colors, just to make my yarn stretch a little more. But yeah, otherwise it hasn't got much done. Straight stockinette since last week. So that is that one. Okay, now for the project that has dominated, oh, where do I want to put that? Dominated my small amount of knitting time. This is, it's the Jelly Rolls sweater in the Littles edition. So it's for the kids. It's by Mara Catherine Briner. She goes by Orange Knits across the social medias. You might know her from doing the Jelly Roll sock pattern. So she did those, and then she made an adult sweater pattern, and this is the child's version. Now, I am a very loose knitter, and I know this. And so I always have to size down the needles that I'm using in order to get gauge. So I don't even bother with the needles the pattern calls for. I have to drop down one size, if not two sizes, in order to get gauge, because I am just such a loose knitter. And I don't know, I've tried tightening up my knit. I don't even know how you do that. I guess I'd rather, I don't know, maybe it just means I'm relaxed when I'm knitting. I don't know. But, so because I'm a loose knitter, I size down my needles. So for this one, I went down one needle size. And I love the fabric of it, but again, it doesn't fit. So I'm making the 6 to 12 month size for our 7-month-old foster daughter. Now she is on the smaller side, so I thought if I knit the 6 to 12 month size, it would last us like this upcoming winter season. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I cast on, and I don't know, okay, if you guys have seen the socks, sorry, I'm trying to tuck the ends back in so it's not so ugly. I'll show you the sweater and then I will dissect it. So look how cute this is, guys. It's adorable. I absolutely love it. The socks, the Jelly Roll socks have this double rolled cuff on them, and then they have some of this pattern, I think across the middle, like the arch of your foot. Yeah, so it has a double roll cuff. So you knit one, you knit two, you join them together. It has all this color work. Now, what is cool about this pattern is it really plays with color dominance. And so she explains how to hold your yarn so that one color is dominant over the other color. So here, color A is dominant, which is the blue color, and then you switch the way you hold it, and this one, color B, is dominant, which I thought was really cool, and it wasn't something I had ever really played with before. So the way I knit the color work was I held the non-dominant color in my right hand, and I held the dominant color in my left hand, because then you can, like, what's it called? Flicking, I guess? No. I don't know. You scoop the yarn off this one, and then with this one, this hand is throwing the yarn over the needle. But the left hand is the yarn that was the dominant color, because it's the yarn that you're pulling from underneath. And so this yarn has to be on top, and this yarn is on bottom. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's the way I held it, to do the color dominance. And then, so this is A and B, and then B and A, and then A and B, and then here you do color C, which is your main color, with the blue. And then back down here, I changed it up a little bit for the bottom because I wanted it to mirror the top. So I added this, this blue and pink. I think it's all supposed to be this 2-color ribbing. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this, I just did stockinette. So I just did 1 stitch pink, 1 blue, 1 pink, 1 blue. This is it's 2-color ribbing. So again, it's hard to see, but the black is purled and then the blue is knit. That way it'll tighten up that button band a little bit. And she calls for that 2-color ribbing. So that is in the pattern. I just added this little bit here. Now, my biggest gripe about the sweater. This is the 6 to 12 month size, and it looks tiny. I mean, it looks like it might fit a little baby. It does not fit our 7-month-old. The neckline is like almost off the shoulders. And so I tried it on my 2-year-old, and it fits him perfectly. And he's really big for a 2-year-old. So he's in like 3T clothing. He's always been off the charts. He has always been like, if you take the kid percentiles, he's always been greater than 99th percentile. Whereas Mabel is in like the 23rd percentile. So she's a little peanut and he is huge. And this sweater that's supposed to fit her fits him. So it might fit her when she's like 5. So I debated if I should rip it out and go down a needle size. But I love the fabric. I don't want it to, if I go down a needle size, the fabric is going to be so much more dense than it is now. And I don't want that. So I just decided I was going to keep knitting it. I keep trying it on my son to find out the length, if that'll work. The pattern for the 6 to 12 month size calls for 5.5 inches of stockinette under the armpits. And then you do 2 inches of ribbing, which is 7.5 inches, which I feel like is a lot for a 6-month-old. I feel like Mabel only has like 4 inches under her armpits to her belly, but I don't know. Obviously it fits my son, and I love it. Like, I love this sweater. I just wish it would fit her now. So I'm almost done with it. I'm going to do the ribbing, and then I don't know if I want to add long sleeves or if I want to make them short sleeves. And here's the reason why. So if this is not going to fit Mabel for a year or 2, I have no idea how long her arm length is going to be. So I could knit the sleeves to fit my son, but he's huge, and so then would it not fit her? Like, I don't want it to be baggy on her because it fits Thatcher, and I don't want to make them shorter and then have them not fit her. I don't know if I'm even making sense. So I was thinking, if I just did short sleeves, then it would fit her for a longer span of time, because no matter how long her arms are, the short sleeves would still fit. Now this, the length, I'm not too worried about, because it can, depending on when it fits her, it'll either just be like longer, or it'll hit her perfectly, or it'll be a little bit shorter. So it's not going to look ill-fitting if the length is off. It will look ill-fitting if the sleeves are wrong. So what do you guys think? Do I make it short sleeve so that it can fit her for a longer span of time? Or do I go ahead and do the full length sleeves? The problem is the sleeves at the cuff has color work again. So it's not like I could just take them out and redo them. I mean, I guess I could, but I feel like that, I don't know. Look at that. I love it. So, do I do short sleeves? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I just talked myself into it. Because I want her to be able to wear this sweater, because I absolutely love it. Okay, I think I will just do short sleeves and then not even stress about it. If I was debating if I want to make another one, I could do the same thing, or I could invert the colors. I mean, I still have, this is the main body, and I still have plenty, and these are the other skein. So I have plenty to do another sweater if I wanted to do a smaller size and just kind of like base it off this pattern. If I do knit this again, I think I'm going to omit the rolling. I think I would just do a normal ribbed collar. It's cute. It makes it look very Egyptianish, like what you would picture an Egyptian pharaoh wearing. But I don't know why I don't like rolled brims. I don't like them on hats. I don't like them on cuffs. I don't like rolled brims. It's cute in this sweater pattern, but if I was to do it again, I wouldn't do I don't like the fit of it. Like, it just looks, you know. And Mabel she has like no neck, and so I feel like it just bunches up, kind of like an Elizabethan collar, and it's too much fabric right there for her. So I'm hoping when she's like 2 or 3, if she's still with us and this finally fits her, that her neck might have like slendered out a little bit, and this will be okay, because this looks really cute on Thatcher. Yeah, so we'll see. But this has been my main knitting project all week, and I think it's just like the cutest thing ever. The ribbing at the bottom, the 2-color ribbing, is kicking my behind because it is so tedious. And I am very much the kind of person that I want instant results. And I start to get frustrated when I can't have them. And so I have been, like last night, Tim and I were watching TV and I was knitting on this, and I was getting mad that it wasn't going faster. And so I just like put it down in my knitting basket. Like, obviously that's not gonna help it knit faster if I don't work on it. I just need to kind of like put my head down and knit it. I have 1/2 inch. I probably only need another 1/2 inch for it to be a good size ribbing at the bottom, because then it'll be the 2 inches that the pattern calls for, counting this one. So it's not like I have a ton more to do. I just hate doing it. But there's really no other way unless you just do a solid color. So, yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I love it and I hate it. And we will leave it at that. So that is all. Oh, funny story. Okay, I'd picked out these 2 colors for the sweater, and I wasn't sure. I thought I would do like blue and pink up here and then find some other color for the body, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, but I thought at least I could wind these up and start knitting this whole top portion before I had to figure out the bottom, like the body part. And then I was winding this up for a different project, and I thought, hot dang, those look really good together. And I love the contrast in them. And the black, like, it has yellow and blues and kind of like an orangey red. And this one, it picks up on that orangey red, so it kind of plays it down, I think. And I love the high contrast. I absolutely love it. But then I didn't know if I should add the pink for the body, or I don't know what I wanted to do something different. Oh, the yarn I had picked out for it, I realized was a DK, and this is all fingering, and I didn't want to make the sweater any bigger than it already was. So I happened to find this one in my stash. Let's see if I know what it is. It's so soft. Like, it is incredibly soft. And the ball band says it is the Uncommon Thread Everyday Luxury. So it's 100% extra fine merino, but it feels like there's cashmere in it. It is so soft. So I found that one in my stash, and I think it's perfect because it has little flecks of the blue and purple in it. So it doesn't look like here's all this color work and then here's just like a solid chunk of pink. It kind of just picks up all those little notes. So I love the color. I love the colors in it, which is why I think I want to knit her a smaller one, or maybe find a baby colorwork sweater that I could use these ones as well. but we'll see. First I gotta get this one done, and then we might take a break. So that is everything I've been knitting on this week. I told you there wasn't a ton, and yeah, I'm trying to think what even happened this week here on the home front. Our vegetable garden is growing, I want to say like weeds, but there's actual weeds in there too. So we harvested our first peas. We have a ton of spinach. I'm looking out the window, like this is the girls' window right here, and right in front of their window is a planter box with spinach and celery and tomatoes, and so the spinach is just going like crazy too. So we harvested a bunch and had spinach one night for dinner. I've been adding once a week or like once every week and a half, we cook up a whole chicken and then we kind of just eat off it the rest of the week. But then I take the carcass after I've baked, after I've cooked the chicken, I take the carcass and I throw it in the crock pot with water to make chicken broth. And so I've been harvesting some of our celery to throw in the chicken broth. And it's so fun to just be able to go outside and just snip off some celery. And we've never grown celery before, so that's pretty exciting in our little world. So the garden's going good. We have some huge tomatoes that have green fruit on them, but nothing's turning red yet. We've been getting a ton of strawberries from Thatcher's strawberry bed. He likes to go out and he finds the red ones, and he knows he can only pick the red ones. Sometimes he accidentally picks green ones, and then he comes and he's like, oh, like he knows he shouldn't pick the green ones. But he's been pretty much picking the red strawberries off the vines as soon as they ripen up, and then he just eats them in the garden. But that's okay. I love watching him pick off the garden and eat it. And then we harvested some peas, and I put them in the freezer, so because it wasn't enough for anything. But we had to get them off the vine before they went bad. And so we have tomatoes, we have peas, we have lettuce, we have broccoli, we have squash, we have onions, potatoes, rhubarb, asparagus, beans, if I didn't already say beans, lettuce, pumpkins, I'm trying to think, watermelon. We've never grown watermelon before, so I'm not sure how that will do, but we just picked up 2 watermelon plants and thought, what the heck. If they die, they die, but if they grow, that would be pretty fun to harvest some watermelons. That might be all we have in the garden. The chickens are getting huge and stinky, and I'm going to need to figure out some sort of like coop maintenance just so that they don't smell, because I don't want the neighbors to get upset. But they're big. We've been letting them out, so they're kind of like on the side yard. So I've been opening up their coops so they can just run on the side yard and eat the grass and the vegetation, and just kind of have more space to roam than their coop. And Thatcher likes to go in the coop with them, and he plays with them and he feeds them and gives them water and chases them. Yeah. And then, so our chickens are going good. And I think that's all. Mabel just turned 7 months, and today is the 3rd month anniversary that we've had Mabel. So we're just trucking along with her, and yeah, I think that's all I have. I don't need to ramble on, but yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about what I'm knitting. If you guys have any suggestions about what you want to see on the podcast, what you don't like seeing, what you want me to talk about, what you don't want me to talk about, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback and what you guys think should be on the podcast. So otherwise, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you stay safe wherever you are, whatever sort of lockdown or non-lockdown you're on. I hope you are safe, and I hope you are well, and I hope you have time for knitting. So have a great one, y'all, and I will see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye.